suited to give this advice than Tom Cunningham, an absolute professional.
As many of my friends will know, and I was just discussing this over on that table, I'm just on the cusp of getting married myself, so we'll wait and see. Marriage advice. Now, I've heard that we're getting married is a time to grow up. It's a bit tricky for Dan now, considering he's had the facial hair and the beer belly of a 55-year-old man since when he turned 14. I'd like to tell you a story, actually, about a mystery shopper. Mystery shoppers are those shoppers that go into shops, you see, and they pretend and they look around and they find the things that they need to fix about shops and the things that they think are fantastic about shops too. She went in, she noticed several things that she liked. She saw the mannequins, superb. The shop layout, fantastic, but she particularly highlighted the customer service. In a report at the end, she picked out one gentleman who'd been extremely helpful, extremely kind. She described him. Tall, handsome, dark hair. She put his age around 50 to 55 years old. What she didn't know was that 55-year-old gentleman was actually a 16-year-old Dan Colley, who at the same time as working in Austin Reed had actually been sitting his GCSEs at high school. So growing up now might be a bit tricky, seeing as you did that at 16.
But jokes aside, we've actually got some amazing memories with Dan. From the time... Go on, Tom.
From being in Portugal, when I lost a bet. Dan made me wear a fantastic silver thong around the swimming pools. If you're not lucky to have seen it yet, check out Men's Health magazine 2007. This is on there.
It was the time in Norway where me and Dan had gone on a lads' trip. I had a few too many drinks and passed out on the floor. Dan was kind enough to put me to bed, but unfortunately I was absolutely naked. He didn't judge, he just put me to bed and we carried on our trip as normal.
From the Christmas period, Dan used to come over to mine. We used to put some Kenny G Christmas songs, the nice slow kind. Turn the lights off, dunk our malted milks in our teas. Don't worry, Zaina, that was the only thing we were dunking together.
Well, there's all the years at university that we spent together. I was copying his work whilst he wasn't looking. I was eating his food behind his back, and he knew all along, but he didn't even say anything. But we had a great time. Obviously, it was me, Jamie, Dwyer, all in the same flat, having no banter whatsoever. It was a terrible time. So next up, we've got to look at where the trip to Dublin. Now, we all know a stag do. What happens on the stag stays on the stag, all right? And we're actually going to keep that tradition up.
So if you want those stories, head round to the bar, you'll find the groomsmen, they'll share them stories with you. I'd actually now like to be very serious. First time in my life. Dan and Zaina, you look fantastic. Zaina, you look absolutely beautiful today. With me knowing Dan for so long, of course, I've seen their relationship from the beginning. And although I've seen you become a fantastic relationship and partners, until today, actually seeing even the fantastic words that you had to say about each other, it's really hit me just how perfect you both are. So it's really made me happy today. And I'm honoured to have stood here and said some words for my best friend's wedding. So thank you for letting me do it.
And just to build on that a little bit more, it's an absolute honour, like Tom said, to be sat here in the wedding of the century. But not only to be sat at the wedding, to actually have a front row seat free of charge is an absolute score. So now we actually have to raise a toast.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You've got the bridesmaids.
The bridesmaids. Thanks for coming, all right? We've had a great time. No, jokes aside, you all look absolutely fantastic, and the hen do was apparently one of the best weekends of Zaina's life. So, and so we would actually like to raise a toast. So if you could all raise a glass to the bride and groom.
To the bride and groom.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.